My sister thinks she's going to be an Oscar-winning screenwriter, even though she's never written anything in her life. First off, I love my sister. We have a decent relationship, but she's really selfish, and that has gotten in the way over the years. Like, she expects me to do what she asks, when she asks, and will guilt trip me if I have something else going on. She's one of those weird people who thinks they don't need to do any legwork to succeed. She's had a ton of different professions, but she always fails because she thinks that the first job she should get is like a CEO or vice president or something. She's never had a low-level job where she's had to work to get to the top and has basically lived off our parents her entire life. Anyway, big surprise here, she now wants to be a Hollywood screenwriter. She's written one script, and to put it kindly, it reads like someone who has never studied screenwriting, read screenplays, or even like watched a 5-minute how-to on YouTube about it. There's no story, the formatting is all off, and it's so amateurish, it's painful. The problem for me is that I am a screenwriter. I've had my ups and downs in my career, but I've worked my butt off for 15 years to get where I am. I started as a PA getting coffee. I went to film school. I put in the hours. So now she thinks this one script is a ticket to the big time. She is sure that someone is going to give her millions of dollars to make it. She keeps coming to me for my thoughts on how she can market it, and I tell her, but then she argues with me and does it the way she wants it. I suggested books for her to read for the basics, but she doesn't want to read them because I think that she thinks that she's already a pro. Today I was talking to her about a recent professional success, and she was visibly upset, like she was feeling competitive with me. But I've been doing this for 15 years. I told her recently that if she doesn't want to take my advice, there's nothing I can do to help, but she keeps asking me questions. But it really seems like the only answer she wants to hear is, "You're right. I'm trying not to start a family feud, but I'm really upset that she thinks that this is some easy thing where you can write a script and you go to the big time suddenly. And I'm very upset that she seems jealous or competitive with me when this is like one of 20 careers she's had, and I've been working my tail off for years. My mom says I should be nice and keep offering help, and my dad basically says that she's crazy and I should just ignore her. My parents are old, and I really don't want to start a whole thing where when they die, there's going to be bad blood between us. But I also kind of hate talking to her because she is so narcissistic and delusional. What should I do? Does anyone have a sibling like this?" It sounds like this guy's sister doesn't actually want real advice. It seems like they just kind of want like false hope of like, "You're doing great, keep at it. This is such a great project." And that kind of self-serving talk does not help anybody in the long run. Providing actual advice, especially from someone like this guy who's been at this for 15 years, isn't going to help this person at all. And from the sounds of it, yes, this is the type of person who is going to try and work their way to the top in an industry that they've never been a part of. So in all honesty, she doesn't want real advice. I also see this person having a really hard time dealing with the failure that comes along with any creative endeavor, where what you write isn't going to be good enough for the person who's going to fund it. So you're going to have to rewrite it and then rewrite it some more. And I personally am curious to see how they would actually handle that situation. Another option this guy has is just to deflect and not give any advice at all. Maybe pretend like it's some kind of conflict of interest. That way they can avoid some embarrassing situations. Because at the end of the day, his sister is clearly not on the road to getting this anywhere near published, let alone produced into a movie. So I don't think he has a lot to worry about when it comes to that.
The full version of this story is on Am I the Jerk, the YouTube channel. So check out the link in the description if you want to see it. And if there are any updates to this story, that's what they'll be too, in the same link. And if you happen to use Facebook, Am I the Jerk is also on Facebook at facebook.com/AmITheJerk. Some people prefer to have community discussions about the Am I the Jerk stories over there. So if you're one of those people, go check out facebook.com/AmITheJerk.